Going back to it, I don't really remember much. I just remember not seeing my mom for a good amount of time. No one ever really told me what happened until I got older. So I was just really confused. That's really about it.
So you didn't even know that she went to prison?
No, they would tell me like she went on vacation and stuff like that, and I was just so confused because I was like, why would she leave without me? I was a child. I was just so confused, and I had a bunch of different emotions that I didn't know how to express at my age. I seen her a couple times when I was maybe like 10, 11. I seen her as much as we could. And I always got a phone call from her. Eventually, I knew what happened because, when you get the call from a jail, it kind of tells you. It was really weird when my mom first came home. Like, I just didn't know how to take it, but I was so happy at the same time because also being with my grandma for so long, I just kind of needed to get away from that. I felt like I was reliving what I went through before my mom went away. So when my mom came back, everything was pretty good. It just felt kind of weird, but it felt good. I didn't really know much about drugs at that age, even though I was living with the addict as well, because my grandma is and was an addict at that time. So I didn't really understand it still until things ended up getting bad when I was kind of growing up. My grandma started overdosing and stuff, and I kind of had to be there for that. But no one in my family really told me that it was drugs that was what took my mom away. No one really told me that until I got way older. My mom actually started speaking to me about it. So I didn't really know. But it would just be hard times when they would bring this letter to your mom, have your mom sign this, that. I remember one time a teacher came in there and she was talking about moms and stuff, and I totally just started breaking down. I threw a whole tantrum. I remember that exactly. It was really bad. But I remember, first grade was really hard when my mom went away. I actually ended up failing that because I was such a troubled kid. I just didn't know how to deal with my emotion. I was sad, I was angry. There were so many different things that I felt, and I didn't know how to deal with it. So I was always acting up in school. And then when I came home, I never got the right discipline for it, so I just continued to do it. It just wasn't good. I still kind of struggle with my childhood. I'm not necessarily mad at my mom. I'm just more mad at the person that raised me. Because I just feel like the way I was raised kind of is a part of my problems today. Because I was raised by an addict. My grandma probably did do her best, but it just was not easy for me that my mom was away as an addict and she was also an addict. So it just was not, there was no good part of it. Jail is not something you want to be at. As a kid who had a mother that was an addict, it was not easy for me. It was not easy for my family. You kind of just gotta do it for your kids and for yourself because drugs is not gonna get you anywhere that you think you want to be, where you need to be. It's not gonna get you anywhere. Cause since my mom got sober, she's going bigger places than she ever was as an addict. She's doing the dreams that she had as an addict, but she knew she couldn't do at that time. She's doing them now. I definitely do feel like I was robbed of my childhood a couple times. A lot of the time when I think about it, it's nothing good. I can never think of the good things because I'm just so distracted by my trauma as a child. I just remember crying all the time, wondering where my mom was. And then my grandma being there and she wasn't much help. Me and my grandma often got into it. And other times she was at the hospital, I had to call the police, I had to call 911 because she overdosed or what's up. I feel like I was definitely forced to grow up way too fast because I was dealing with things like that, with my grandma. I should have never been 9, 10 years old calling 911 and calling my other grandma or any of my family because my grandma couldn't control her addiction and she was overdosing and I just had to watch that and I got it played off as, she was just having a seizure, as her health problems, and I knew it wasn't that because it doesn't happen that often. If it was that, then the doctors could easily help her with that, but it was never that. But I really do hope that my mom gets to have herself her living and do whatever she wants, and hopefully when I'm out of school, I can go to school for what I want to do and eventually Buy a house for my mom. Let my mom live the life that she always wanted, the life that she deserves. That's really what I hope for her. I just hope the best. She's doing everything that she can for me, and I just want to make it up to her.